Um, it's your boy Hazel Made It Beats. Um, a lot of people might not know that I'm not only super producer, I'm also boys and girls high school varsity basketball official, and I'm NCAA women's basketball official. Um, and the people who know me personally know me from my rough days, my rough patches coming up. Getting in trouble, in and out, locked up, stuff like that. So what I did was I'm working on a documentary of my life, not the music part, only as a problem child coming up, getting in trouble, working over 20 years to get that trouble behind me, chasing the dream to become a college basketball referee. Just step on the floor and do one game. That's big time for a person like me. So hopefully Jared so far, he didn't answer my calls since we talked about it, but we're working on a documentary and it's going to be called The Man That Changed His Stripes. The basic motive of the documentary is when you're in jail, your stripes go this way. Prison, this way. So, jail, prison, and history, even back in the cartoons, all that, they always had the stripes go that way, which is side to side, horizontal. But now I'm wearing stripes that go this way, vertical. So, I'm the man that changed the stripes. We're going to work on a documentary. I'm working on a book right now. Hopefully we got a movie coming, or something about my life story. It's very rough. It's really rough to become a basketball official, especially coming from the streets, being a fighter, having the attitude, all that. So it's kind of rough because, as you know, you're reffing games, people's cussing you out, calling you all kind of names, disrespecting you, treating you as if they're not at your job, like I'm going to come to General Motors and cuss you out or come to McDonald's and cuss you out, no matter where you work at, So I wish people would understand that that's this man or mine or any other official's job. You're at his job. You're just respecting him at his job. So that's a hard challenge right there. That was very hard for me to overcome. As far as the mechanics and the sight vision, the rules, everything, I mastered all those early. I mastered those things probably before I even did a game. I had one of the top black officials in Michigan, Mike Fair. He took me under his wing, and he taught me and taught me, and then he took me to games and had me critiquing the officials that was doing the games. This before I even registered, before I even got my whole life put behind me, before expunges and everything, before the whole life changed, And so I mastered the craft of officiating before I even stepped on the floor. The hard part was the physical, the running. The second hard part was, like I said, people disrespecting you, yelling at you, cussing you out. And I have an MMA history. I'm a fighter. I'm a monster. I'm a beast. The average man has no chance at all. So I'm looking back at the average man and watching him cuss me out, disrespect me, and say all kind of things. And then think about the white areas like Clio, Flushing, around the Flint area. Then there's other areas outside of Flint. But mainly around the Genesee area, we have racist cities, Brighton. And you can hear them call you other names as a black official that really ain't cool. So you got to build a tolerance up to all that because they want you to turn around and react. They want you to punch you in the nose. They want to sue you. They want to stunt your career. They want to do anything. Everything is worth that punch to them. So once I overcame all that, with prayer, studying. At one time, I went to a referee camp, and the signers, they asked, what's the worst part of your game? I'm like, hey, man, the crowd, the fans, disrespectful people. I'm not used to that. First of all, I'm Muslim. We don't take disrespect. We don't at all. We don't take it kindly. So what he did was at the camp, he had a crowd of referees, officials stand in the corner where I'm at and call me every name in the world just to build my tolerance up, So all that weekend at camp, that's what they did every game that I ref. So that helped out, that built my tolerance up. And then once you're on a certain level and you're making a certain amount of money, you're looking at it like, I'm not going to mess my money up. There's no way I'm going to mess my money up. I'm going to ignore this. I'm going to ignore it. Compared to the average person, it was harder for me because I'm bipolar active. So if I'm not taking my medicine, then I get angry. I'm getting angry. I'm ready to mash. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I did it. I did it. It was all worth where I'm at right now to overcome all those things that was holding me back. Like I said, it's hard to be official, but it's 2 times, 3 times, 4 times harder for black men to become officials, especially in our area, because you have to be in the it crowd. The signers have his friends, that's his personal friends, you know what I'm saying, his group. They might hang at Billy Bob's, Kegs. We don't hang at Billy Bob's Kegs. We're not there with them, So, of course, all his friends go get the good games. They go get the big-time rivalry games and stuff. We're just the body, you know what I'm saying? So, it's harder because ain't really no black assigners. We assign AAU and all that. So, you're below a group in every area where there's assigners at. Ain't nothing nobody can say against that, yes. Just like me, if I was a assigner, my group of friends is going to be ahead of everybody else. They don't have to be better than everybody. Be good enough. They my group of friends. I'm going to look out for my guys. So, it's harder for black guys to be officials because it's not ran by black people. This is not ran by black people. So, I overcame all that stuff, man. I'm happy where I'm at. Yes, I can strive to go farther, but I beat expectations the first day I even was able to register after I got all my past stuff behind me. So I beat expectations by my first schedule I ever got was a varsity schedule. So to even get to college, man, it's like 10 million to 1 for me. I did it, But now I'm in a position where my music is doing good. I'm coming up the ladder, also still coming up the ladder, and officiating, working my way up the ladder. I know where I should be right now, but like I said, I don't run this. I got to do whatever, opportunities they give me, But I'm still growing in both. But I just really feel like it's conflicting right now. So I'm going to have to flip a coin later on, unless I get some crazy hot song that just go berserk. But, yeah, away from all that, just keep your eyes open on my book, The Man That Changed His Stripes, the documentary, The Man That Changed His Stripes, and hopefully the movie, There's no movie or a story like mine. Most movies, it's a guy who used to get in trouble. He trying to change his ways. He come back to the hood to take his brother out the hood or some out the gangs or, something like that. I literally changed my life, man, because I wanted to become successful, very successful, not just just making it. I'm talking about above and beyond.